back in 2016 when I lived with my college roommates, Vikram and Rohit, in a small apartment at the edge of the city. We had a habit of exploring random places on weekends. One Friday night, Rohit told us about an abandoned factory on the outskirts, a place he'd heard of from a friend. It sounded creepy, but we were curious. We drove out there. The city ended suddenly, turning into flat, empty land. The factory was huge. Rusted walls, graffiti everywhere, and barbed fences torn in places. We slipped through one of the gaps and found the main door already cracked open. Inside, everything creaked and groaned from the wind. Using weak flashlights, we explored the first room, filled with old machinery. I wandered ahead down a hallway and thought one of my friends followed. Behind, I pushed through another metal door and entered a new section. But when I looked back, no one was there. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around expecting Rohit or Vikram, but instead, a disheveled man with wild eyes charged at me from the shadows. I slammed the door shut and sprinted back. My friends met me halfway, confused and panicked. We ran, jumped the fence, and never looked back. That wasn't the only time I faced something terrifying. 2 years later, during winter break, I was walking with my childhood friend Aman near the outskirts of our town. There was an old abandoned church hidden at the end of a tree-covered road. On a whim, we decided to check it out. It was dark, but moonlight helped guide us. The church looked like it had been swallowed by the forest. Inside, everything was oddly intact. Rows of benches, untouched, and eerily clean. As we moved in, deeper, a loud thud echoed through the church. We froze, shining our lights everywhere, but saw nothing. Later, while checking a side room, we heard footsteps. Someone was slowly walking from the podium toward the exit, where we had just come from. Through the door's crack, we saw a shadow cross and leave the church. But we'd just been there. No one else was inside when we entered, right? We hid for a while, then bolted out. But the last scare was the worst. Just a year ago, I visited a long-forgotten house deep in the woods. It had been abandoned for decades. Alone and curious, I explored the dusty interior, rotted furniture, shattered picture frames. Everything looked like time had frozen. Upstairs, as I scanned an empty bedroom, I heard a thud below. I rushed down, but the front door, which I'd left open, was now shut. Worse, it was locked from the outside. Panic hit me. Someone was inside with me. I ran to a broken window and jumped out. As I dashed into the trees, I spotted flickering red and blue lights ahead. 2 police cars driving through the grass toward the house. I hid and watched. Something deep inside told me they weren't there because of me.